Very exciting to sit down and talk with Lindsay Feldman, Washington Hebrew's new executive director. Lindsay, thanks so much for joining
Thank
me
you, Ari.
today.
Thank you.
So, for people who don't know you, you've been at Washington Hebrew for quite some time,
hmm
but how did you first get to Washington, and then how did you end up in this position?
Right. Well, I originally came to DC on an internship. I'm from Kansas City, a suburb out of Kansas City. And in my senior year, I went to the University of Kansas. Senior year, I decided to do an internship here in DC. I did it and I ended up, was hired on afterwards. I decided to go get my master's at Johns Hopkins while I was here. Every 2 years, I kept saying I was going back to Kansas City. It has not happened. 16 years later, it has not happened. And then eventually made my way over to Washington Hebrew. I knew that there was a position opening. A long-time, lifetime congregant who at the time was on the board of directors called me when they knew that I was looking, called me and said, I've got the position for you. And the rest is history.
All right. So you are stepping into this role. You
Mm-hmm.
have been the assistant executive director.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that you're looking at as a short-term vision
Yeah.
for the future?
Well, look, we are in such a time of transition, big time of transition. And I think right now is to just help lead and guide through that transition period. We've had our former executive director was with us for about 15 years. Our senior rabbi is retired, is retiring. So I think the best part for me to do is to take everyone's hand and guide them on this transitional period.
And on a grander
Mm-hmm.
scale, once we get through this, however long it takes, a year, 2 years of this initial
Yeah.
transition, do you have a vision for where you'd like to see things go here at Washington Hebrew, or things you'd like to implement?
Yeah, first of all, let's work. I want to do that with our new leadership together. So this is a collaboration. This isn't about what Lindsay Feldman at Washington Hebrew. This is a collaboration. So as we finish throughout this transition, I'd love to work with our new leadership and to talk about how we can innovate and move forward. You know, with the pandemic, things changed. Even before then, what it meant to be a member of a synagogue was changing. Now, how we interact just as human beings has changed. People being able to, to stream in at any service at any given time, being able to participate on adult educational classes, every aspect of what it means to connect has changed. So let's change with it. And I'd love to innovate at the same time, give respect to tradition. What that looks like, I've got a few ideas, and I'll work with our leadership team to see that through. But the main goal is to move forward, innovate, become a part of the community and to meet the community where they're at.
And you said tradition
Mm-hmm.
obviously is very important. What are some of the things that you think make Washington Hebrew special or sets us apart from other congregations?
Well, look at our history. Our history, not just within the Reform movement on a national scale, but our history within the Jewish community in DC. It sets us apart. And I can't wait. I know at the high holidays, we're going to showcase some of our history and time. And that's going to be such a great project to see through. But we have so much history from Truman's groundbreaking. I mean, we can just list it all. Washington Hebrew is set apart from the rest. And I think it's great to maybe bring back that history and to showcase it again.
Is there anything else that you can think of that you'd like the congregation to know about you or your plans?
I'm excited to move forward. I'm excited to move forward in a new world post pandemic. I'm excited to move forward with our leadership and to do that in a collaboration. Again, as I mentioned, with innovation. But there's a lot to be seen, a lot to do. And I'm excited. I'm excited, and I've got a lot of motivation, and I cannot wait for what the next few years bring.
I saw your office got a new paint job, and you're getting you have a clean slate. How are you planning on decorating those walls?
Decorating. Well, as we know, I love to accessorize. No, look, I really want it to be a comfortable setting, a warm and welcoming environment. Not to say that it wasn't before, but definitely to add the Lindsay touch to it. I'm looking at bringing, I can't wait to put my family photos, my growing family photos, on the walls and bring that there. But I'm looking for there to be an environment where someone can walk in, sit down, feel comfortable, have a conversation, because that's what I want to do. I want to have conversations with everyone.
Fantastic. Lindsay, thanks so much.
Thank you.